Hi, this is Team Volga, ICS 314, summer 2014. We are going to show you our application that we made for the final project. It's to export or create .ics files that can be imported into calendaring applications. So first off, we decided to go with a GUI. We felt that it would be the easiest for our users. Um, and so we have here two accordion panels. The first one says add event. That's where you can add the details for events and add them to your calendar file. And the second one is to export the calendar once you've added all of your events. So really quickly, if you take a look at the export calendar tab, it won't allow you to export a empty calendar. So we'll go ahead and add a couple of events first before we get started. Okay. So one thing that we did was that you have these required fields. The first 5 fields here are required fields. So if you try to add something and those fields aren't filled in, you get an error message. So we'll go ahead and add in an event. Okay. Another thing we did was we chose to do drop-down menus for dates to just limit error from user input, as well as for times. Okay, so I'm actually selecting a invalid date for the end date, because as we all know, February does not have a 29th in the year 2014. And so if you were to go ahead and try to add this event at this point, it would return this error here stating that the date is invalid. So we basically just need to go ahead and fix that. And that is basically it for our required fields.
Hello, I'm Alan from Team Volga. I'm here to continue the demonstration of our calendar events user interface. As you can see, I'm about to enter a random event. In this instance, it's this class's final exam later this week. And as you can see, when I'm about to enter it, the end year is before the start year. Now this should give us an error. Obviously, we can't enter an event with dates like this. And it does. It gives us an error. It says that it wasn't added. It tells us that the start date or time is after the end date or time. Now we fix the year, and then we mess up the time a little bit. For example, if we make the end time before the start time, we should get the same exact error message. And we do. It tells us the exact same thing. Start date or time is after the end date or time. Now if we fix this, the event looks good, and we should be able to add it. But let's show some of the other additional functionality. We can set the priority to whatever we like on the scale of 0 to 9. In this case, since it's the final exam, we'll set it to 9. It's kind of a big deal. And then we can set the location via the latitude and longitude. Just to demonstrate another error test, we can try to enter an invalid latitude, and it should give us an error when we try to add the event. And it does. It tells us that there's an invalid latitude. So now I'll finish entering the estimated lat and long of Honolulu. And then we have public, private, or confidential. I guess we'll make it private just to show the other functionality. And then we'll try to add the event, and everything looks good. We should get a success message. And we do. So next, what we got to try to do is export the calendar. To speed up the demonstration, I did some events prior to, so our calendar has a total of 8 events. And next, we just get to choose our time zone. We have a selection of all the time zones on the planet. Since we live in Hawaii, we'll just go with Hawaii Standard Time. And then we get to name our calendar. We'll call this one the Book of Jobs. And then we export the calendar. And then we can find the calendar here in our Downloads folder.